All right, so here we are, finally live on this day of days. What an exciting day so far. Actually, let's make it even more exciting. Let me just head on over to the back end of my Kickstarter and launch my project. I want to make sure that everything is working well. Let me see. Because it's going to be kind of a weird day today. Because, we have a doctor in the house and we only have 20 minutes to do it. So stay tuned, everybody, on this Monday, September 25th. And we'll be right back. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Ragin to the Vlogs show. Nita is not feeling well, and technically neither am I. But there's so much going on here that we are not going to let that stop us. So why don't you actually start the introductions, Krista? Why don't you go ahead and tell the peoples who you are, because I know our time is a little limited, so might as well get this party started.
Thanks, Daphne, for having me on today. I'm Krista. I write under the pen name Fleur de Villainy, and I write fantasy romance. And I am so excited to be here talking about our Kickstarter campaigns today.
So let me bring that up really quick. So I literally just blinked and you funded. Let me go ahead and play the video on this campaign. Thank you everybody for joining us in the chat so far. Thank you so much for the eyeball people who are watching us. So let me just play the video on this campaign. Wow, that's dramatic. Very oh, and there you are.
Look at that.
Breaking 4,000 already. So so for the longest time, I first knew you doing comic books. You were originally doing a comic called Wolf and I, which the last time we spoke about, that you had said that it was that originally started as a prose novel, but you did it as comics, and now it seems like you're going full circle and going back to prose. So, so tell us about, Sky of Thorns and where that comes from, and why prose seems to be where, I don't know, I just have a feeling that this is where you seem to be your element. This is your element.
It is. Yeah, it is for sure. I love writing, and I love drawing art too. And like you said, Wolf and I was originally a prose book that I had written. But as a newer, like, indie creator, I was really nervous about jumping in and giving an entire story all at once. And so comics kind of gave me the confidence to put out kind of one chapter at a time to see, how people responded to the, stories that I was writing. And once I had such like a good feedback from Wolf and I said, you know what? It's time to be confident in yourself and just do it. And that's where Sky of Thorns came to life. I grew up, Lord of the Rings, The Last Unicorn. I mean, big unicorn girl
Oh
fan
yeah,
over here.
absolutely. Today's the day for unicorn girls. That's for sure.
And so I said, I have to write Sybil's story. She's lived in my head for a long time. And, I'm ready to bring her to life. And then Sky of Thorns was born.
Yeah, so for those of you who are watching us for the first time, so Sky of Thorns is a 3-volume romance fantasy book. This is the first book of the series. Was there no sound? I thought I heard. Oh, unfortunately, I thought I clicked it. I could have sworn I said play sound on the thing when I clicked it. So okay, so I got to make sure that that you know what? Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, it's So you're doing this novel series now. But you've done a previous novel series as well. Now, are these connected somehow with each other, or are you just like kind of like, okay, that was one series, that was one story, now this is another story?
So The Clan of Mist is the first book in the previous series that I released last fall on Kickstarter, and that one's co-written with my good author friend Jonna D. It's a completely different series than Sky of Thorns, but it has a lot of similar elements. It has shifters in it. It's got magic and mystery and just that kind of like overall paranormal fantasy feel to it, but the series is not connected to Sky of Thorns.
Oh, okay. All right. So also a part of the reason why we're actually on the show together is when you first announced Sky of Thorns and I read Unicorn Girl, it's like, hey, So yes, so this is actually so we actually collaborated on a part of the campaign. Your campaign actually has a stretch goal print that I did the artwork for. So what's the let's see, so the script, have you decided what the stretch goal is yet?
Well, the stretch goal was going to be 2,500, so we've blown it out of the water. I haven't even had time to update it yet.
Right? Yeah. It's like we weren't expecting to just blink, and here we are at over 4K already. Yeah. So I have a stretch goal print on this campaign. So obviously by now everyone is going to get the print as well. But also on top of it, as you all know, I also have Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut also on Kickstarter as well. So I just thank you to the 4 backers who just backed the campaign so far. Thank you so much. So if you back both the campaigns, both Sky of Thorns and Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, the campaign with the unfortunate title, you will also get a collaboration print as well. So let me bring this up here. So so here we are. This is the 2 campaigns, and these are the 2 prints that you will get. So you get the one print for, we've already reached the stretch goal. So everyone's getting the print. I guess if you're watching this, it's on your left, right? So the one on the right is the extra print that you get if you if you support both the campaigns. So if you support both the campaigns, what we're going to do is in the survey, we're going to ask you what your backer numbers are for both campaigns, and then we're going to send you that print as a bonus. So thank you everybody for supporting the campaigns so far. And and you have a lot of stuff on campaign as well, because look at that. It's like it's almost like I was looking at a lot of these campaigns, and also you were sending me a bunch of these campaigns too, so that we can kind of get a feel as to what it's kind of like a novel as a lifestyle rather than just a novel, because this comes with, because what is it, these are like wax melts, you have tea, and I guess I've seen some I've seen some books where they offer like bath bombs or whatnot. Like they really do expect you to like be reading in the tub with the candles and everything, and and I mean it's like, so like what are your like, I don't know, like I don't know, tell us more about your feelings about this book, this campaign, and what it's like running, like what difference do you feel between running comic book Kickstarters and novel Kickstarters?
I feel like they're very similar, but your audience is slightly different between running both, because now I've run 4 campaigns for Wolf and I Comics, and this will be my 3rd book campaign. Ooh, that seems like a lot. But what I found is people who are looking for comics, they tend to want like comics with different covers. They want to collect them all like Pokemon cards.
Right.
Where people who are buying the novel books, a lot of them seem to want the upgrades to the actual book. So instead of just the hardback, they want the hardback with the painted edges, or they want the hardback with the foil. They want more a swaggy type of like promotional stuff, t-shirts and totes and tees, and making it an experience. Where I feel like the comic collectors are more like collectors, like they want like a displayable collector.
Right. It's funny that you mentioned that they kind of want more of an experience rather than collectability. Like I know that there's like, because like you showed me how you did those that spray painted edges, and it is just like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Just she does this by hand, people. I mean, I always thought that this was like stamped or something, like you just kind of like, I don't know, like, but no, it's like, it's a whole process. And it's like, it's an event. Like these books are an event. And also it's like, even the aesthetic of it, it's kind of like the whole like, how good does it look on a shelf too?
Yes.
Like everybody wants it as, their shelfies, right? So it's like, how good does it look on a shelf? And the more beautiful the book, the more it kind of like lends to that. And that's really funny that you say that it's kind of like readers want an event where comic book readers want more the collectability. So do you have along with let's see, so you have all the so this is so how representative is the interiors? I mean, I know that you're still like, the book is still being edited and is still being put together. So
so this is actually like a finished chapter. So I'm gonna have a his and her chapter spread. So this is going to be what the book looks like printed.
Right.
It's in the final editing phases. So they're doing like the grammar and the periods and that kind of stuff, which takes forever when you're combing a 95,000 word book.
Oh, okay.
To make sure all the periods and commas are the right way.
That's true.
But so this is very representative of like how the book's going to look. These are the actual chapter heads that were created. So these I created on iPad Procreate. I drew these ones and designed the tarot card look for them. And then the chapter headers are each going to have a his and her castle,
Right.
As you can see there.
Right. So with the novels too, it's like, is there like certain, along with the event part, is there also like a certain expectation that people who buy these books also have for them, as opposed to like comics? Like there's just like a lot, like not that there was like a lot of similarities, but there's just seems to be like, it's like people who like these novels, like they're expected to look look a certain way and have certain things. Like, were there things that you go, oh, I have to put this in, or it doesn't fit the genre or something, or it's like, does it work that way where it's kind of like
I would say yes and no. I think each campaign and each book is definitely very different. I was going for a romantic epic fantasy vibe, so I really wanted to have a lot of that classic filigree look to it, while maintaining a sense of wonderment, but still have like that romantic color tone so that it brought it in. I'm a very like color visual person. Like, I feel like that really puts you in the moment when you see, certain colors and certain shapes and stuff. And I will say, with like the other campaigns I've looked at, like, everybody's a little bit unique, but I will say for Kickstarter, like, people, a lot of them aren't looking for just a book you can buy on Amazon.
Right.
And that's not saying they can't. I have copies of Clan of Mist and Deception on there, and they were a new book, and they were, regular editions. But I think there's something special about like a foil edition, or like my hardbacks are going to be vegan leather hardbacks, foil stamped with jackets on them.
Right.
So they won't be anything you can just buy from Amazon.
Right. And that's the thing too. Are you working through a publisher, or are you self-publishing everything and offering them on Amazon? So what's
I'm going to be self-publishing them for my books. I'm going to be doing the limited special editions only through Kickstarter and my author shop. They will be available in December on Amazon, but they're going to be the regular editions, so they won't have the bonus art. Right. They won't have the special hardcover, or any of the bonus stuff that Kickstarter people get.
Right. But so if for some bizarre reason the event is too much for you, you can actually buy like a standard paperback on Amazon in December, right?
December 5th, there'll be a regular paperback, regular hardback, and then it'll be on Kindle Unlimited, and you can purchase the ebook as well too. For anybody that, if Kickstarter's too much for them, which I found, I feel like a lot of comic people have migrated to Kickstarter and Indiegogo and these like art crowdfunding platforms, but people who are like readers, a lot of them are like, I don't know what that is. Like, what is it? Like, and have a lot of questions. So I've been really trying to educate people on, Kickstarter is like if Etsy and GoFundMe had a baby, but for creators.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, because that's something I've definitely been learning also the past couple of weeks, is realizing that it's like, I mean, we really do assume that people know what Kickstarter is, when that's kind of not the case. A lot of people really don't know what Kickstarter is, and it's kind of like up to us to kind of introduce that concept to them of crowdfunding. And it's like, look, this is how you get like special editions and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, like beyond what you can get on Amazon. Now, tell me about the process about the audiobook.
So I'm going to have to wrap this up real quick because my first patient's here.
Okay. So there, I knew we only had 20 minutes.
I know. It goes by too fast. So the audiobook is going to be coming out spring of 2024. I already have 2 narrators. Their links are there that are starting to work on the book. And so they basically will get the finished book once the grammar editing has been completed. Right. And they'll do a read through. It's going to be a duet narration. So the male narrator is going to do the male parts. The female is going to do the female parts. and voices.
Right.
And then it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited to see it. This is my first adventuring into audiobook land, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be really good.
That's great. I think it's very exciting. Let's see where so already thank you so much to the 57 backers. 4,300
I know.
There we go. 4,364 right now. Thank you everybody for supporting the book so far. Thank you Krista for coming on for the 20 minutes that you could.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited for our campaign to do well.
No,
I
am
to
too.
Give out a bunch of prints for cross promoting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So thank you so much. And and I guess we'll see you at the end of the campaign where we get to share notes as to how this went for both of us. Melissa says, just got my pledges in for both. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Michael is saying, leaving for work, but wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Launch. Thank you so much. So,
all right. Well, I'll see you later. Okay.
All right. So take care. Thank you so much. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
So there we have it. Sky of Thorns. Okay. So hold on. Let me just let me just fix that for a little bit because I'm not sure if my audio was working, but yeah. So there we have it. So like I said, we had to kind of start off right out the gate because she only had 20 minutes to share with us today on this launch day. So for everybody just joining us right now. Hello everyone. I guess introductions are in order. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and a comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means. You know what that means.
Emotional damage.
Oh my God, especially lately. And I am known for the where's all my graphics? The furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter in 2024 with the re-release of the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, and I'm sorry, I'm still Tears of the Mother, with the re-release of issues 1 through 5 and the brand new issue 6. And I am also known for my medieval, my mature audiences, medieval fantasy drama, Egoraven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which returns to Kickstarter with issue 8 in 2024. But right now, it is all about Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut on Kickstarter right now, live as we speak. Links are in the show notes below. You can read both my comics online at Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com and egoworks.com, EGOWRKS. You can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network, which I would have passed this off to Nita, but she's not feeling well either. So she's in the background somewhere. So just remember that you can find everything at indiecomicsnetwork.com. So make sure that you share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when the campaign goes live. So let me bring this in. So there we go. So thank you so much to the 13 people pledging $382 on the campaign for Egoraven, Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. The campaign that probably nobody asked for, but you're getting anyway. So for those of you who remember about a year ago, for everyone like wondering what the heck is this campaign at all, about a year ago, actually October 11th to be exact, I made a joke about the Kickstarter algorithm. It's like, no Kickstarter algorithm, and I'm not changing Egoraven's title to Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. Because we were having a conversation about how silly titles seems to get traction on Kickstarter. And because of that post, I ended up making this doodle. And everything seems to go uphill or downhill from there, depending on how you look at it. And I just, and then it's like, the whole project just took a life of its own. And I decided, it's like, you know what? I think that it would be a fun thing to do, to run a campaign for this book. Now, the thing is, though, it originally started off as, Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, but then I decided I was going to take a more, I don't know if a more less weird title approach and do a Conan parody based on the story, The Frost Giant's Daughter, and kind of like very loosely do a parody on that story. So the actual name of the book is Egoraven, the Unicorn King's Daughter. So this is the main book of the story that follows, that actually introduces, I guess officially, unofficially, no, not really, but it introduces Loki into the canon, especially werewolf Loki that we all know and love from Facebook. So this is the first full story that he's actually in this book. And along with the Unicorn King's Daughter, of course, I actually had to do a book called Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. And this is an 8-page adult supplement that's kind of complements the main story. So actually, these books kind of work together. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure, where it's kind of the same story, but they have different endings for the story. So depending on which ending you prefer, that's what you're going to get in these two books. But however, and these are the sample pages from the book as well. But if you're the type that just wants to stick with the main Egoraven storyline, and it's like you don't really want to bother with the parody, well, I still have a book for you. So Tales from the Outer Kingdoms is a collection of the shorts that I was releasing as stretch goals from the previous campaigns. So these are the stories that add to the Heir of the First Unicorn storyline, but they kind of like, I couldn't really put them in the main series because it would kind of like slow down the pacing of the story. So I decided to do these as separate shorts. And then now what I did was I collected them so far in, I guess, like a first issue. So it's 4 stories that just kind of like add to the story, adds a little character development without, I guess, kind of like getting in the way of the main storyline. So at least, if you just want to stick with that, this is a more general audiences book. You have this book as well on the campaign. So now, of course, I do have stretch goals on this campaign. So at 2,500, we are going to unlock a double-sided bookmark featuring Loki and his werewolf form. And then, as the campaign goes on, we're going to have postcards, and we're going to have a 3-inch vinyl sticker, and a 4-inch vinyl sticker. As we get closer to unlocking everything. Now, we spent the first part of the show talking about Sky of Thorns. And again, here is the stretch goal print that everybody will be getting on Krista's campaign for Sky of Thorns. But if you support both the campaigns, you will also get this collaboration print as well. Like I said, in the survey, we're going to ask what your backer numbers are for both the campaigns, and then we're going to send you the print as well. And like I said, we tend to assume that people know what Kickstarter is. So if you're new to Kickstarter and you're not familiar with it, there is a section on the campaign as to what Kickstarter is and how to support a campaign and how to get your pledges, and that what's and so that you know how to support the campaign. Oh, thank you, Rob. Just got your pledges in. Thank you so much. And hey, John. Hey, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. So if you want to learn how to support the campaign, that the instructions are here too. So these are the available levels. All 3 books, The Unicorn King's Daughter, Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, and Tales from the Outer Kingdoms, they're all available as a set or as individual books. So, so you can mix and match however you want. You don't have to get one book or another. You don't have to get all of them, but they're all of it. Everything is available on this campaign, both as physical copies and PDFs. Unfortunately, my printer had a delay in printing the proofs, so I was hoping to have the proofs for the launch, but they are in production. As always, all these books are finished. They're complete. Like I said, I'm just in the process of having them physically proofed. It's just that my printer had a delay, and we're just hopefully by next week I will have a proof for these books. Now, if you're the type that likes to collect variant covers, this campaign has a ton of variant covers that you can collect from. Not only does every book have a hollow, a virgin, and a silver cover that you can get. That you can get. Also, I do have actual variant covers with variant artwork for the campaign, also available in those versions as well. So this is variant cover A, and also some of these covers also have nude variants as well. So as you can see, because I had fun with the emojis. Some of them, that they have nude variants as well. So there's a lot of variations that you can, that you can pick up from on the campaign as well. So if you like collecting that type of those types of things, and even the supplement has a nude variant of the cover as well. Although the interiors is 8 pages of full porny glory, so you don't have to worry about the inside being censored. Also, I do have a section where I have a last call on the variant covers, on the more sexy variant covers that I had on previous campaign. So if you missed out, now the thing is, though, I have so few of them that if you order from this, they're all random. So you will get a random cover. So it's going to be one of these 4 covers that you will get because like I said, I have so few of them. I'm not, so yes, if you want to pick them up, I think I only have like 14 or something left divided up between these 4 images. And then I have just the regular add-ons as well. If you missed the Egoraven issue 7 campaign, you can also pick issue 7 and all the previous issues from Egoraven and Tall Tales on this campaign as well. So so if you missed anything, you can also catch up on this campaign. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, the books are complete. They're at the printers. Like I said, I've just had a slight delay, but the second I get those proofs in hand, I'm definitely going to show them off to everybody. So that's what's going on with the campaign right now. So we are just under halfway on the campaign. So I was hoping that if we reached goal on the campaign during the show, I was going to do something special on the show for everybody. But we'll see if we get there. So and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the bump for the campaign, and then I'll be right back to just talk to everybody. So I'll be right back. So. Oh, there we go. So, so like I said, it's just me pretty much today, because Nita's not feeling well. Pretty much like the last couple of weeks are just finally catching up with everybody. It's like, so over the weekend, I ended up catching a cold that I started feeling after Nita got on her airplane, and I was just coming back from the airport, and that's when I started feeling kind of, it's like I don't feel too good, and then pretty much, the rest of the weekend has been completely shot. With me just being kind of just pretty much sleeping, taking NyQuil and sleeping most of the day. But I have been trying to finish the work that I've been working on anyway. It's like I colored up a couple of more pages for Egoraven issue 8, which will be released next year. And just trying to keep it moving, and this whole thing about bringing novels into kind of like our fold here. It's like I know that like we kind of like to keep everything comics related for the network and whatnot. But I mean, my interest in novels has always been there, writing prose, writing fantasy prose especially. And one of the things that I was doing also was I was kind of like trying to, especially with collaborating with Krista and seeing all these different campaigns for novels, for these fantasy novels, that what I was doing lately was I was like trying to set up like kind of like a layout template uh, for my fantasy novel Egoraven Cult of the Wolf Witch, and I think I kind of got the beginnings of a layout that I really like, visually, So that's what I've been that's what I've also been working on. And I'm really I'm really excited at being able to combine comics with fantasy novels in this space. I just have a hard time thinking. Oh, hey, Efrain, hey there. It's like I just I just have a hard time, like believing that there's no crossover with the two mediums. And because I read novels. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, because I read novels and I read comics, and it's like, and it's like, so I enjoy the both of them, and I just think that there's a way for us to enjoy as a community, without feeling like comics is being sacrificed. Um, because sometimes it's like that can happen. Like if you start introducing too much stuff, that comics ends up getting the short end of the attention, and that's not our intention at all. Um, it's like, novels is something that I'm working on, that I'm going to be, like moving into. I mean, Egoraven is a 15 issue series in comic form, and the stories that come after that are mostly going to be done in prose. So my whole thing is trying to combine those two audiences, so that so I don't know, so it's like, we can enjoy both comics and novels together. So John is saying, I published Bloodwing Angel originally as a novella. Well, and also there might be some, but not so much for us dyslexic folks, unless there's an audio version. No, absolutely. What I did, so with the Sky of Thorns, there is going to be an audio book of that. And what I'm doing right now, well, I've always, so what I'm doing is I've putting the first audio book of Egoraven Legend of the Silk Rose. That's the prequel. So I finally put that on the schedule. So there is so that I can finally record um the audiobook to that. It's because I know that, like my mother, and and it's like that listening to it is a lot easier. So that's also something that I also want to bring into more audio, more fantasy audiobooks as well. I mean, it's like there's this whole thing I was talking about the other day about, I don't remember if it was on my Wednesday stream or it was on a previous vlog, where I actually found the beginnings of me transcribing the comic book series Egoraven, like the first issue, the first scene of the first issue, as a novel. Like I have like the really rough outline of that as a novel. And it's like, you know what? It's like that's something that I think that I'm going to go ahead and like really start pushing that too, so that I can do more audiobooks. Also, it's like another thing too is that I do have, for those of you who kind of like want a mix of the two, I do have a video on my channel where I am actually reading the first issue out loud. And you see the panels on the screen, there's sound effects, there's there's music. So in the meantime, there's that as well, that you can also enjoy while I'm making all these other things. um so yeah, so I'm very I'm just very excited with the potentiality of all these of doing all this different media for the stories. um it's just, so yeah, so it's like, so when Krista announced her book, and I just go, you know what, this opportunity is way too perfect. So then that's why I offered to team up with her and kind of get this crossover happening. So that so it's like so we could start bringing all this other media, or at least more not genre's the wrong word, but it's like just different media of our stories, to start bringing them in together. So so because what I had wanted to do, because the thing is that what I had wanted to do, although I am a little congested, so I don't know how well that would have worked. Although so far I have been able to talk all this time without too much, too much struggling. Although I am struggling a little bit because, like I said, I am a little congested. If we had made goal on the campaign during the show, I was going to read chapter 1 of my novel Cult of the Wolf Witch out loud to everybody on the show. So I thought that was like a fun thing to just do. If we made, just kind of like made goal. And then, it's still in the first draft phase, pretty much. But just to kind of like give everybody just an idea as to what I have planned for later. So, because we're already at, let me see, let me just share the screen here. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. No, I don't need to share. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I keep clicking share audio, and so far it hasn't been working. But I don't know. Probably there's just something that I'm not doing. But the video, because the video that I played, that was a bump that I already had uploaded on a StreamYard. So that's why you got the whole music and everything. So we're already halfway to goal on the campaign. Thank you so much, the 17 backers who pledged $531 on the campaign. We have 31 days to go. It's a little, it's a little longer than usual, but not by much. So there's still plenty of time to pledge to the campaign. But why wait? It's like, so right now, in the first 24 hours, there is an early bird bundle. I forgot to mention this at the very beginning. There is an early bird bundle where you can save $10 for the first 24 hours on this campaign. So you can pick up all 3 books for $10 less than what they usually go for. So you're going to be spending $25 instead of $35 for the set of all 3 books. Which also comes with physical copies and digital. So you're going to have the physical copies and the PDFs of these books in the early bird bundle. So yes. So so how's everybody doing? Like I said, it's like I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather. The fact, and here's the thing, and the fact that it's been raining for the entire time too. I don't know if it hasn't been helping, or maybe it has been, because the weather is rather dreary. And so it kind of takes off the pressure of having to go outside and do things and run errands. Kind of like, it's like there's absolutely no way I feel the need to run errands. Although by tomorrow I should be better that I do have to start doing that. I can't stay in bed all day. So so it's like, so it's just been so Melissa is saying almost 2 weeks on my own campaign and I'm exhausted. Appreciating your new campaign energy. Yes. So you have actually let me find your campaign here. Let me see. Kickstarter. I mean, while we're doing a Kickstarter show, right? So it's let's see. Oh, here. Okay, so here is. So let me just load this up here. Okay, while we're here. Yeah, because Melissa, she has her own campaign running on. She has her own campaign running on Kickstarter as well. So also there you go. So you made goal already. So there you go. So now it's all gravy from here. So this is Black Ball 1 through 4, Magic and Murder in the 1920s. So I guess, you know what? It's like, screw it, right? Let's just showcase another campaign while we're here, right? You know? So yeah, so this is a collected is it collected? Is it a trade paperback? Looks like it is, right? Yeah. So this is issues 1 through 4 on the campaign. So it is set in the 1920s. And and it's just a lot, just as everyone can just, I'll make sure to put a link. Oh, it's just a single issue. Okay, it's just a single issue. But you can also get you can get all the single issues of issues 1 through 4 on the campaign as well. So there you are. Oh, there you go. So so I'll make sure to put a link in the show notes for this campaign as well. So thank you so much for the 56 backers with 16 days to go on the campaign. So let's see. Let's see where Krista is at right now. Let's see. Well, let me see where she is right now. Oh, look at that. There she is at $4,500. Like I said, if you pledge to both my campaign and her campaign, that you will get the combo print of our characters. Of our characters in added to your order. So also again, speaking of campaigns, last but not least, might as well be talking about this now. So Magi's Grace, Sex and Monsters, another campaign, this one by J.D. Calderon and C. Michael Lanning. It's a collaboration book. It's the first issue of a 4-issue limited series about a team of monster hunters who are sent on a mission to take care of a vampire problem in some seaside town, which seemed easy enough until the fish people came along. So if you like Lovecraftian style horror with in the stylings of Supernatural, the TV show, this is the book for you. And also, if you are into collecting variant covers, this campaign has a whole bunch of variant covers from different artists for you to also collect as well, including a Monster Babe level where you can get all the sexy covers in one shot. So here is the main cover by C. Michael Lanning, who also did the interiors as well. So so here are some of the pages for the interiors. And like I said, it's a 4-issue limited series. And we are down for this campaign. We are down to our last 47 hours on it. So we're very close to funding. So yeah, you have 47 hours to go. And thank you so much to the 94 backers who helped making this campaign happen. So it's like, yeah, we're going to fund, most definitely. I mean, it's like, it's not that much to go. Although it's like this campaign has been quite the roller coaster. But you know what? That's it. It's going, it's going to fund. We're going to have a really good time with it. We're going to be releasing the next 4 issues. And yeah, so it's like it's just a lot of fun, an urban fantasy adventure. So for those of you who kind of like are just hearing about it for the first time, I will also be putting this in the show notes below. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so well, I mean, it's like, so we're almost there we go. Ooh. Thank you so much, everybody. So 20, thank you so much to 20 backers, $608. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't look like I'm going to be reading anything to you today, though. I mean, but you know what? It's like, just the thought of it was pretty fun. Maybe on the next show, maybe I'll read you that that chapter anyway. I don't know. It's like, it depends on how I'm feeling. At least maybe less congested. But so here we are, almost at the top of the hour. And yeah, no, I am. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, no, definitely going to be funding today. So at least we can start going after those stretch goals. I really want to do that double-sided bookmark. That was a fun thing for me to do. It was originally a pillow, a double-sided pillow that I do have somewhere in the house. I should have brought that out. I should have brought the pillow out for the campaign. Where's the bookmark? Here it is. Yeah. So I actually have an actual pillow, body pillow. And this time we're all going to be enjoying it as a double-sided bookmark. So next time I'll bring the pillow out to show everybody if you haven't seen it. So yeah, so this is going to be our first stretch goal. Once we make goal, it's going to be the double-sided bookmark. So yeah, so that's going to be at least exciting for me. It's exciting for me. But so yeah, so I know we still have a couple of minutes left, but you know what? I'm beginning to kind of like, I don't know, kind of like slow down here. So probably I'm going to end it a little bit early for today. But hey, you know what? It's like, today was a launch day. We made it through regardless of how we were feeling. And yeah, and I think that we're off to a really, really good start. So like I said, thank you so much for everybody who supported all the campaigns that I showed today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's like, usually we have a better organized show, but like I said, it's like, Krista could only have been with us at the very first 20 minutes. She's a doctor, so she actually has things to do. So we had to really start out the gate that way. And yeah, and it's like, Nita's not feeling well. I'm not feeling well, but you know what? We made it through. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us today, joining me today. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. Yes, I'm sure I'm pretty short by tomorrow. I'll be better. Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you. Thank you. Back the early bird bundle. Looking forward to it. I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making it. It's just like, it was just a silly thing. It started off as a silly joke, and like I said, I hope you enjoy it, because I certainly had a lot of fun making it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Yes, like I said, by tomorrow I should be okay. I should be a lot better, or at least a lot less congested. So yeah, so thank you so much to everybody in the chat for keeping me company. Thank you so much to all my beautiful eyeball people who lasted the hour, most with probably more strength than I am right now, but you know what, we made it through together. But yeah, and again, thank you so much to everybody who's backed all of the campaigns. All the links are in the show notes below. So yeah, So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and the rest of my campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. You can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates and any live updates I may have. And you can also find videos on how I make all my work here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lager, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. So again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of my campaigns go live. Any of my campaigns, that for Kickstarter, any of my shows go live, any of our shows go live, and keep an eye out, on the website. You see, it's like I'm getting all addled here, so. So, yes, and remember that you can read Egoraven, Air the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. And in the words of the very congested ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. So thank you so much again. I'll see you Wednesday for hopefully another draw stream, and then we'll be back on Friday with hopefully more normal conversations about comics, fantasy novels, and whatever else comes to mind. So thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time.